10 days ago, I really thought that I was walking in my own mastery. I did. And now, 10 days later, I look back and I was like crawling in my own mastery. I mean, limping. I still have so many limited beliefs, but the belief that I can only do this one-on-one is gone, and I will forever, from that moment on, walk in the knowing that I can send this to an unlimited number of people at the same time with even more strength than I can one-on-one.
Yeah, it's a hot day. I'm hanging in the sunshine. You should hit me with the splash gun.
All of a sudden the idea popped up that, what if I did an experiment where I gave 10 people a session at the same time? All around the world, whoever wanted to join in, the first 10 people could join in. So I just said, leave your name and number, or leave your name and where you're at in the country, and I'll give you a session at the same time on Saturday, January 12th. And I had so many responses that I was like, why would I just limit it to 10? Let's just let everybody that wants to be a part of it, And man, I don't know how many people took a part in it, but I'm thinking it was like, 400 or 500 people that made the time, took the time out, had the time available to sit down and, or lay down and experience a session with me. I can't believe it. I cannot believe how effective it was. I literally can't believe it. I know now that this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm still going to give one-on-one sessions, but man, I'm supposed to send this frequency out to everybody in the world who's reaching out for it, and I can do it all at the same time. How? I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't know how the engine in my car works, but yet every time I jump in it and I push the button or I put the key in, it starts and it gets me to where I need to be. So I don't sit around and thinking, man, I can't go pick up groceries because I don't know how the engine in my car works. And I was going through the comments, and there was just like countries that I didn't even know existed. They're like, oh man, talking about these incredible sessions they had, these experiences they had during that session. I didn't even know where these countries were. There was 3 countries that I'd never heard of. And what I found was interesting was, so many limitations that I had. So many limitations. Okay, for instance, here's one. So as I'm going out to give the session, usually I just think of that one person, and then I go there and I give them a session. But how do you think of like 400 or 500 people? I don't know these people's names. How am I supposed to know where they're at? I always thought I was kind of like Edgar Cayce, where all I needed to know was the person's name and where they're located, and I will bombard them with this frequency and, hey, what's up? And I will bombard them with this frequency, and so I'm going out to give this session. And it was so funny because I was thinking, I had really turned it over to my higher self, because that's really what's happening. So as I'm going out to do this session for like 500 people at the same time, it was so funny because I started thinking, like, I was like starting to have a conversation with my higher self, and I was like, okay. So I was like getting ready to tell my higher self what's going to happen, and I just started laughing because I was like my higher self doesn't know what's getting ready to happen. Like my higher self was like, oh, what's he doing Saturday? Like, what's he planning? Like, dude, it was so like, I just laughed. So when I started the session, it wasn't like I was thinking of one person. I was thinking, this frequency is going to go to every single person that's reaching out for it. And that was it. And I just brought this frequency in, and to be honest with you, it felt the same as when I do it with one person. I didn't really know what was going to happen. I mean, I didn't. In fact, when I first started reading the comments, I was a little bit like, I mean, I know it works one-on-one, but I was a little nervous because I had kind of put myself out there. I was like, dude, let's do this, man. Let's do this group. Let's do this mass healing. Let's see what happens. And I realized that it was stronger. It didn't dilute it. It did the opposite. It made it stronger. And one of the reasons I know that it made it stronger was because I had about 5 people that I know that I've given distance sessions to before, all around the world. And I didn't know that they were going to be a part of it. I had no idea. So when I started getting their responses of what happened to them, and I realized it was stronger for them, I didn't know they were going to be a part of it. My higher self knew they were going to be a part of it. They knew they were reaching out for it. Their higher self knew they were reaching out for it. I was reading these comments from these people all around the world in a lot of third world countries that I didn't know that were going to be participating in it. And how are they going to afford me? Like, I charge $150 an hour. Like, how is somebody living in a small village in Kenya going to afford me? And especially when, you know, sometimes we build up these walls, like these walls, because we've been hurt so much. What if it takes like 3 sessions to get through, to get that spark going, to get you tuned in? Like, that's $450. How is somebody who's reaching out for this connection, and I know I can help them, how is that? That's not possible for them. So I'm going to start doing this all the time. This is what I'm supposed to do. I don't know how many times I'm going to do it, but I think I'm going to start doing it. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have some kind of membership. And it's not a membership that you pay. This is all donations. The membership is so that you know all the dates and the times that I'm going to be sending this frequency out. And I will do a variety of times because, you know, I have people in Australia, I'm giving a session and it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. They don't want to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I mean, they don't really have to, because if they're reaching out for this frequency, they're going to attune to this frequency. But obviously they're not going to be able to experience it if they're sleeping. But that doesn't mean that they're not actually attuning to these. I just want to be like you know, like those Tesla supercharge stations. You know what I mean? Like, that they're around and you just go plug your car into them. Well, that's what I'm going to be for this planet, for anybody that's reaching out for this frequency. Now, if I say I'm going to give 12 sessions, dude, don't sit for every 12. That's crazy. Like, that's nuts. That would be like that's nuts. Like just do 3 and then just like chill for a while and just see what happens. The goal is for you to be your own self-charging machine. The reason I'm going to do it so often is because who doesn't need a monthly tune-up? I mean, for real, this is Earth. Have you looked around lately? Like, like, who doesn't need a tune-up? Like last week, I don't know, I just wasn't feeling right. And, you know, my daughter wasn't feeling right. And, you know, I gave her a little session. And then she started feeling better. And so I asked her to give me a session. And she gave me a session. And, you know, I love sessions with my kids because everybody in my family can do this. But it's kind of cool when your kid gives you a session and you just feel better. And so who doesn't need a monthly session? So like I said, I'm going to do this, dude. This is what I'm supposed to do. I'm not supposed to reach out to people one-on-one. I'm supposed to reach out to people whoever is reaching out. for this healing. That's what I'm supposed to do. So that's what I'm going to do. In fact, that's what I want. For those of you that have been watching my channel, you can feel this. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to start telling your friends that are sick, your friends that are depressed, your friends that need something in their life. I want you to start telling them about this. It's kind of like explaining the internet to George Washington. I mean, dude, George Washington, he doesn't even have electricity. And you're going to explain the internet? So just keep it real simple. Just say, hey, man, I know you're feeling bad. Maybe, at this time, just lay down and just explain it in whatever way, in the most generic way you can. And just tell them to be open to a healing. Here's what you don't tell them. You don't say, hey, man, I know this guy on YouTube, and he has this ability to channel this certain spectrum of frequencies that is actually repairing your DNA, that is actually waking up your dormant DNA, and you start to heal on the inside. And when you heal on the inside, your life starts to change and doors open and you start trusting yourself. Don't tell them that, because they're going to think you are just crazy. And let's see what happens, because, man, I really think that the more, the better, the stronger it gets. I can't believe that I actually thought that it would, if I did a couple at the same time, or 3 or 4 people, let alone 100 or 500, that it would dilute it. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, that's caveman thinking. Like, everybody knows that, like, if you, like, more is better, dude. Like, I don't even, it's just a caveman mentality to think that it's pure one-on-one. I don't know why I thought that. But I can with 100%, I can with 100% integrity do this on a mass scale. I know this works. I know I can do this. So, okay, man, I'm going to include a little video of me giving a session when I was in Colorado. It's so funny, because I actually gave it to a couple, and I really didn't want to do it. I was like, dude, if I give you guys a session, how am I able to focus on both of you at the same time? Oh my God, it's such a caveman thinking. It's just like caveman. It's crazy how limited our beliefs are. So anyway, it's a session with them, and I will see you when I see you. I just finished a session with Angie and Travis, and I wanted to see how things went. It looked like you were having some experiences there, Angie.
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah. At the beginning, I just broke off into a bunch of pieces, and they were all eyes, so I got to watch it from above, but I could still feel everything that was in my body going on. And so I got to see the energy move, and the best example, it looks like Northern Lights. And then I have 2 angels that come.
The Northern Lights are coming from his hands? Or
That's all covering us. Yeah. It's everywhere. Yeah. And those 2 angels were just like, didn't say anything to me, just were like swimming in that energy. Like just like little kids.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was cool. I don't know how far into it, but it switched to like I was underwater, like when you're a kid and you go under and you can feel all the weight of it, and then it looked like ripples. That's what the energy changed to when I felt that. And that's when Spirit said, you have to accept your bladder, because I've always kind of ignored the pain, not because I didn't want to give it any energy or control, and so said I needed to do the opposite and accept it back in part of my body. And then that's when the light and the energy just started moving out all through my torso instead of just there, so it almost disperse the pain so it wasn't, because I can feel exactly
Yeah.
every inch of my bladder.
Yeah.
So yeah, that pushed it all out. And then got to meet the being that, light being, great big guy, great big light body, kept coming to my face, and then Travis said, you know, say yes, and
Yeah.
I did, and then he went into me and just like he was working on a car, just started moving stuff around and just kept talking, showing me, you know, there's more of him, and and that.
You mean more of him, like more versions or endless?
Well,
more like him?
Yeah, just like as far as I could see, just these huge light beings that are available, but people have to be aware.
Yeah.
And each one's just for a particular person?
It seemed like it when I saw he and Case come together, it was almost like you chose him. Like your higher self went and said, okay,
this is the right one.
That's the one, and
interesting.
And so that's who's with you. So, and he's really jolly and happy.
Awesome. So is he always with me?
Yeah.
Hey, he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
What color?
What I see him as, it's all white light.
All white.
There's like gold on the tips of them, especially when he started working the gold on around him. They almost look like crystals to me. But yeah, they're big. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you have any information for me?
No, he's just like, you guys are buds. You know, it's just it's just
cool.
That's you're his guy.
Nice.
So
they're acquainted.
Nice. Nice.
Yep.
I'm his tool in the third dimension.
Instrument.
That's awesome.
And then you said something about everything's integrated or something at the end.
Oh yeah, what did he say? All in service. Is that what it said?
Yeah,
all is service. All in service.
Yeah.
I'd have to go back and look, but that's what he said. So.
Also, it could have meant like all your body's in service, or it could have meant what he's offering is all in service.
That's how I took it. What he and Case offer, it's all in service. That's how I took it.
So I spent 0 time with you. So did you experience anything?
As soon as we started, our hand just hurt. Like there was energy shooting through or touching, and then after just a little bit, like there was a bar across on each of our chakras. Like if you took a screw, like a 2x4, and like screwed it there and screwed it here, like it looked like a ladder.
Yeah.
So it was like they were connected or merged in a way that was being the same. And then the thought came, oh, that looks like DNA.
Oh, interesting.
And then when I said that, it like twisted.
Oh,
like
nice.
DNA strands twist.
Very cool.
Like it, but we were still, I could see that we were still laying flat, but I could feel that turn. After that, or maybe right before that, I remember all of a sudden all this light came right out of the heart. It turned into a toroid, like a donut, like whoosh. And then when that happened is when you said, "There's a being over my face," and I thought you said a light being. I thought you said lightning.
Oh.
And I thought that like lightning was coming out of there and coming over or something. I couldn't tell because I could feel lightning.
Yeah.
Sort of feeling.
When she said that, I was right over her face.
There's a lightning coming out of the energy, and the lightning keeps just getting right in my face.
Oh, really?
I was just going like
Perfect.
that, and
Perfect.
she was like,
Yeah.
that was cool. That was cool. I was like, I wonder if she's talking about me. That was cool.
Perfect.
So yeah, pretty amazing. especially when two or more of us
Yeah.
come together, right?
Yeah.
Like that's when it seems like it gets even more amazing or beautiful.
Yeah. It was an interesting feeling because I have never worked on two people. Ever. Because I feel like when I do this, the reason I do it so well is because I'm completely present with that person.
Right.
And then there was a second there where as soon as I like brought my attention to you, then I felt like I wasn't all present.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like split.
It was like split.
Yeah.
And that could be just a limited thought, limited human thought. And obviously it is because, you know, these frequencies are
Right.
all filling this whole, you know, acre, you know, or whatever. Yeah, it was like a spiritual menage a trois or something going on.
Right. Yeah. Well, four or five with a couple angels thrown in.
Couple angels and
like 6.
So is who you saw my guide or my
I
higher
wouldn't-
self or like
It's not your higher self. I wouldn't call it your guide. Well,
it's like a buddy?
he reminded me of because Spirit talks to me all the time, and that's what he reminded me of.
So is it an aspect of spirit that's assigned to you?
Well, awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for doing this.
Yeah, no
You're
worries.
amazing.
No worries. Well, I don't know about that.
No, you are. Take it.
I
Take
will
it.
say, thank
Take
you.
it.
I will say that I don't do couples. There's no talking when I give sessions. So this was a one-time deal for my friend and his beautiful partner. So, okay. Just want to clarify that. Okay. Awesome, man. Thank you.